Okay, Capricorn. I'm going to go ahead and get into your reading for August 2021. Feel that we need to cleanse things a little bit, clear out some energy, see how you guys are doing, how you're feeling. Feeling a lot of heaviness here. So, I'm just going to go card by card. I just feel like we need to go slow. There's something here for Capricorn about going slowly. What is this energy that I'm picking up with Capricorn? Please show me the energy. For those of you who find this video at a certain point, if it's a year later, 6 months later, past this date, it's fine. If the message resonates with you, it's fine. You have the Five of Wands coming out here, Capricorn. For some of you, this is a lot of conflict, and what I'm picking up too is like, it could be communication issues, needing to find what you need to say in a situation, or perhaps needing to say the right thing. Sometimes we may be up against a lot of situations where what we bring to the table needs to be on point, and maybe there's a struggle to get there. Sometimes this can also talk about struggling within yourself to find your voice. If you're being talked over, or if you feel that perhaps other people have more power than you, or if there is a power dynamic that is off in a connection, this may be something that is presenting itself for you to dive deeper into and fix, so you can clear it out and remedy this. Some of you are having inner turmoil, feeling a lot of heaviness on the emotional level. Some of you are having a lot of inner turmoil when it comes to how we're feeling about ourselves internally. Yeah, so let's keep going. That's the current energy. I'm going to go ahead and do a Celtic cross here for you guys. You have the Four of Wands here. It's on the floor. So for that being the obstacle, this can talk a lot about family, our home situation. You go from the Five of Wands to the Four of Wands. It's heaviness about the home situation, about stability. Some of you may be feeling off about your stability, or again, I keep picking up emotional stability. Apply it as you need to. Not every message here is going to resonate with every single person. I feel here, Capricorn, it's important for you to make sure that everything that you're doing right now, especially in regard to if home life or the logistics of home life, make sure that everything that you are signing off on is very well paid attention to. Cross your T's, dot your I's, make sure everything is very clear. I feel like there might be some issue here with like written loophole, written red tape or something, or somebody finding a loophole within that. Make sure that you're covered on all ends, because it feels like there's an element here that could work against you if you're not on top of it. So this is a message to say, be conscious of that if you're dealing with anything, even paperwork. Be conscious of that, just because there's an energy here where it's like you need to protect yourself and your foundation, your home, your situation, whatever it is. Signing paperwork, anything that you're signing into or committing to needs to be gone over with a fine-tooth comb. And I'm getting messages here, but we're going to get further into this reading and we'll see how it goes. It may be, it may start to reveal itself as a love relationship, whatnot. I'm just going to let this free flow. I just feel like we need to get messages out. It's too many cards. What is at the root of this reading? At the root of this reading, we have your energy here, the Devil in reverse. It's an interesting energy just because it tells me that you're coming out of a period of concern. Perhaps this is also here situations regarding to the home. There's maybe conflict with people that is resolving itself, or you've been able to communicate with somebody in your closest sphere, people that are closest to you. Perhaps there's a diminishing of conflict with people. Perhaps there's also an element removed from your situation. Maybe somebody's left a home situation or a friendship, if that person was very toxic to you or brought up toxicity in you. That's something to be looked at and cleared out here, Capricorn. I also feel too that there may have been obstacles in your way in regard to seeing the bigger picture. And I'm not just talking about outwardly in the world. Like, you guys are really good at that, seeing outwardly in the world. I keep getting this energy circling back to emotional baggage or the inability to be aware of how affected you may have been in an emotional way due to perhaps the company that you keep, due to perhaps the way that you process things. It's something that seems kind of frustrating because it's like Sisyphus pushing the rock up the hill, and it keeps falling down. It's like back and forth, back and forth. It doesn't, there's little headway made. Here, I feel like this is an important part to recognize where maybe we need to let go of certain things, need to accept certain things in our lives that require us to see the ugly parts of ourselves, to see the attachments, the codependencies, whether that be to people pleasing, to addiction, to remaining in situations where others do not value us, or hold on to hope for situations that have proven to be not healthy for us to be part of. This is kind of like asking us to be more conscious of how we purge this energy and not just get rid of it and sweep it under the rug and ignore it. It's addressing it. It's being very fair in that. There's a spiritual lesson here that comes along with this type of energy that is, I feel, to be a focal point for you for a longer period than just right now. It's going to be unveiling itself as time proceeds, but it's like you're better equipped for it. Past energy, please, for Capricorn. Hang on, it's on the floor. So you have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse here. With this energy in the past, and this could be present as well, take it as you feel drawn to it. This energy in the past is one where we haven't worked on something, we've ignored something, perhaps we felt that it was out of our scope of practice, perhaps we felt that we weren't ready to endeavor into something. Perhaps this is addressing these things that I just talked about, where we have to really take a hard look at ourselves and see how we affect our situations, how our patterns affect our lives, and make it a conscious effort to not only detach from it, but to address it and heal from it. Again, I feel like there's an importance here to not sweep something under the rug, but to really look at it for the lesson that it provides us and be honest about how that affects you and how it has affected you in your past moving forward. There's been a lack of stability I'm also feeling here in the past energy, which trails into the present. So be conscious of how you take care of yourself and tend to yourself. I feel like a lot of you also may be kind of guarding your energy when it comes to that. And I don't know if it's because of fear, having to look in with yourself. I don't know if this is fear of working on something. Perhaps you don't know exactly which direction that will change you. You know, sometimes when people are challenged with the opportunity to grow, it's the last thing they want to do. It's uncomfortable. What I'm feeling is like an uncomfortable unveiling, and it's something that's good for you, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. And so I feel like here we really need to be mindful of the process and the acceptance and take it day by day. You know, I could also be talking to somebody who's dealing with addictions or, you know, codependent issues, stuff of that nature as well. It's so much of that is programmed into us, you know, especially if we've been living within that energy for so long that it's asking us to change it, but also do it in bite-sized pieces. Because if you do too much at once, or if you try to remove something, rip the bandage off all at once, like it's going to bleed, you know? So go slowly. Yeah, I feel like this whole thing, card by card right now, is just messages. We'll get into this more in a bit. Show me present energy for Capricorn, please. So you have the Four of Swords coming out sideways here. And I'm going to leave it sideways just because I feel like this is again this nod to the instability, this nod to wanting to go further but still having to take a pause. And there's a necessity for that because it's about integration here. It's not just rushing through to make something happen. There's a level of integration, a period of integration for you. This is asking us to be very mindful about how much rest we're getting, how much energy we're expending, the outer influences that we're also picking up on or receiving, people that are, I heard, infiltrating our lives. So people who infiltrate your lives, people who kind of like commandeer conversations, they take over situations. It's something to be mindful of, and how you remove your energy from that. And what I'm feeling here is some of you are accommodating certain types of situations or people that don't uphold you, and they're not healthy to be part of. But I guess maybe because of like social circles, or perhaps the feeling that you, how do you say that? Need to be like present, or it's almost like out of duty of politeness or like social norms, like you don't pull away because you're supposed to just kind of listen to people and take it. I don't think that you should take it. You know, I feel like if somebody is causing problematic issues in your life, or it's conflicting with your own belief system, you know, what they bring to the table conflicts with your belief system on a very integral, you know, way, in a very integral way, like it's your, it, I feel like we need to step in so that we actually exercise the ability to say no, to take back your power, and to be available for what can be, and how you shape and mold that versus what people kind of like verbally vomit on you. I feel like there's too much lenience here, Capricorn. I feel like there's too much allowing people to step on you or not take you seriously, which is kind of strange just because you guys are very powerful and very direct in how you operate in your lives a lot of the time. And so with that, I kind of feel like this extra sense of duty to listen to a person, and, you know, if it's unhealthy, let it go. Don't sit around for it, and explain yourself. You know, say, this doesn't work with me. This doesn't gel with me. I don't feel that way. You know, it's not just about being a sounding board, listening to somebody go off on you, you know, and try to make their point. It's really about being available to your own truth and your guidance. And if that isn't resonating with what they're saying or doing in your life, and it's having an effect on you, even if it's not something in a grand scale, if it's having an effect on your emotional sense and creating uncomfortability within you, pull yourself back, pull your energy back. because it feels like you're waffling on that. I feel like there's new opportunities that are coming up for you, or there's new awarenesses that create a different type of positive function in your life. But there's something here where we need to be mindful of how we pull our energy back from that so we can actually let those other things in, because it feels like we're kind of stuck. Okay, future energy, upcoming energy for Capricorn, please. You have the King of Cups coming out here. Again, there is a considerable nod to regulating emotions, I do feel here. The King of Cups is very interesting just because it's somebody that sees, well, not even sees, they operate within a very high level of love. And this can talk about romantic energy, but what I'm feeling here too is there's many shades and levels of love. Let's be honest, and what I'm feeling here is somebody that has the ability to see life through an incredible lens of compassion. So again, this is kind of like a nod to the energy of kind of allowing people to be so immersed in our lives that, it's like, because we're compassionate, because we care about them, we allow them to just kind of go off. And now we have to turn that compassion on us, because that going off on you, even if it's not intended to be, attack mode negative towards you, it's just somebody blah 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 blah, it's not healthy. It's now time to turn that compassion towards us, because it's creating an energetic entanglement is what I feel. And so be careful about that, okay? Because it's not your energy. It's not your energy. And when you remain in it, you claim it and it swims in you. And that's another like factor to deal with. We're trying to free ourselves from toxic connections, codependent energy, people who infiltrate our situations, our lives, our minds. With the King of Cups moving forward, though, this tells me that you are able to overcome a lot of this energy. You're able to see what is happening in your life very clearly, and through a lens of compassion, through a lens of love. Bless that person. See them for where they're at in their life. See them for the pain that they're dealing with in their life. But it doesn't mean that you have to be part of that pain, because that pain, that association to that person and to their problems, creates problems for you. It swims within your emotional being, and it stays there. And so now this is the opportunity to purge that. It's the opportunity to allow yourself to put that in your past, not be dedicated to another person's cause, even if it's just like recycled energy for them. Because I feel like you're kind of like somebody's whipping boy, or like you're kind of like somebody's, I don't know, the way that I'm picking up on this energy, it's like somebody sees you as, it's like you're there for them, but it's a very selfish energy I'm picking up. And maybe this person or these people or group or business doesn't intend to be selfish, but the way that it affects you is not healthy, and it becomes like a selfish endeavor. Okay, where you're at, where is Capricorn at? So you have the Ace of Swords sideways. I'm feeling like I need to leave things sideways in whichever way they come out. There's an opportunity here again for you to move forward. I do feel that there's a sense of duty or something, a sense of needing to be entwined with situations or people that is kind of keeping you stuck. The Ace of Swords being sideways is telling me that there is ambivalence within cutting things away. And I feel here, because some of that has infiltrated the way that you think. Some of it has made an impression upon how you feel about said person, said situation. Also how you communicate your feelings. Again, this isn't about tiptoeing around situations that are uncomfortable. This is about addressing things with fairness and equality, but also keeping yourself first, which is important here. Putting your own desires first, finding your own balance, because when you do that, you create, it's almost, I'm feeling like a jump start, a kickstart, a jump start. I don't know what that means. So jump start. So it's like it jump starts your progress. It jump starts the direction that you're to be in. It jump starts the potential that you experience moving forward. And it feels very positively charged. It really does. So I feel that there is an importance to say that. So whatever you're waffling on, whatever you're still kind of tiptoeing in or around, it's time to address it. It's time to look at that ugly thing in the mirror. If it's within you, it's time to address these things, because you have so much more to experience, and it feels like there's a period here that is wanting to close, and we're having a little bit of a struggle closing it. And if we can create a distance from these said attachments, you have more opportunity to heal those connections, put them where they need to go, away from you, and move forward. What's coming towards Capricorn, please? Yeah. See, so here we are with this Four of Pentacles energy. The Four of Pentacles is about retaining your energy. It's pulling back, not letting anything in, not letting anything out. Sometimes just doing so to get a different perspective. This can also talk about saving your money, saving your energy. And I feel that that's kind of a big thing here too, is not expending energy in places or with people that you don't necessarily need to. It's like thinning the herd, trimming the fat. It's being very honest about that with yourself. I feel here, Capricorn, that we need to do a lot of soul searching when it comes to the connections that we have in our life and how we really truly look at them, because I feel like there's been a lot of allowance for people to act poorly, for people to take us for granted, for people to communicate and speak over us, for people to not really take our advice when it's genuine and true. And it's like you've taken that for so long, and it's something that needs to be purged here. So withholding back, withholding your energy, it tells me that you are in the right space to do that. You're in the right mental capacity to do that. And it's something that preserves your energy for things that you actually love, for things that you actually can experience a lot of positivity in. And I feel here also too, Capricorn, that there is an element for us to start reintroducing or introducing things that create happiness. And they're things that you bring you. It's not outwardly seeking that from other people. It's actually engaging in things that make you feel good, engaging in things that you love, you genuinely love. What kind of things are those? There's so many: music, theater, painting, artistry, writing. There's whatever it is, that you like. Please start to bring that into your life more, just because there's an enriching moment there. There's something giving birth to that type of energy that also helps heal this other stuff. I feel like you just need to start doing things that make you feel better, even if it's a walk on the beach by yourself or an ice cream in the sun, whatever it is. Make yourself feel better. Start to focus on yourself. You guys can be very solitary in a lot of ways, and I feel like your energy has been expended in a lot of ways that isn't necessarily by your choice. And so now it's like reeling it back in, okay? Hopes and fears, please, for Capricorn. We have the Wheel of Fortune coming out here for the hopes and fears energy. Will it change? Is there going to be change in my life? Can I trust the new? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's about stepping into it to experience it. I feel like there's so much like withheld right now from you in your life, like, and you're the one withholding, that once you crack open that door, once you let the little bit of sunshine in, it it's like, yes, beautiful, beautiful energy. There's a lot of positivity coming towards you, Capricorn. I mentioned that earlier. New opportunities, things that have the ability to grow and create more, but it really involves you making conscious efforts to access them, to step into that spotlight, to really address your own personal power and trust that. I think a lot of times people forget that we have this personal power. We are very powerful beings, and we get very caught up in the mundane day-to-day experience. And there's so much more than that. There's so much more that we don't see. There, like, ask your dreams before you go to bed. Take deep breaths. Take 10 deep breaths. Hold it in. Hold it in, you know, 6 seconds, blow it out 6 seconds, whatever you want. Just hold it in until you actually feel, or breathe until you actually feel calm and relaxed. And then ask what you need to be shown. Ask your guides. The way that we work with angels and guides, if you believe in that, if you believe in working with angels and guides, I do. You ask them into your life. They really don't, they're there to guide you overall. But if you want deeper, more penetrative information from them, ask them, invite them. Dear energies, dear spirits, dear ones that watch over me, dear ones that know my path. You could even call upon Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Metatron, whomever you feel most comfortable and drawn to. But ask that energy to come into your life. Ask that energy to show you what it is that you need to be seeing, how you can change your experience, whatever the information is, and be open to it. Don't micromanage it. Just be open to it and go to bed. See what you come up with the next day. See what pops into your head the following few days after that. There's going to be shift and there's going to be change. And I feel like that's kind of the message here. There's going to be shift and there's going to be change. And there's a process of trusting this energy. I feel that there's a lot of positivity here with the Wheel of Fortune moving forward. Getting you in contact with the right people, getting you feeling in the best possible ways, new opportunities coming to you that change your life where you didn't really expect them to change your life, which is wonderful, but it's about allowing that energy in and allowing those opportunities to happen. So here in this, what's coming towards you, we have this Four of Pentacles, which is a lot of holding off energy. It's a lot of restrictive energy, but I want you to be more open to allowing the unseen into your life, asking for the unseen to be seen in your life, making a conscious effort to connect with that energy. And the outcome for Capricorn, please. So we have the Two of Swords here and the Four of Cups coming out both in reverse for this outcome energy, which is good. Communicating about things that we've been withholding in ourselves from, what I'm picking up. Making the effort to ask, to engage, to bring new things into our life. Perhaps there's been experiences in your past that you have rejected because you don't see yourself in that role, or even though you want to be in that role, you don't see yourself in that role. Perhaps there's situations in your life where you have not access the information that could be yours. There's a lot that is missing here that you can bring into your situation, but it's about asking. And again, I feel like this is more spiritual energy as well, to a degree. For some of you, this can also talk about reconnections with people that may have gone either sour. This can be friendship energies that need to be cleansed. Now, I do want to say here too, if you have like a lot of, or if you have a relationship energy that has been shut down, or there's a lot of grudge, you know, and perhaps you need to apologize for something, or you need to create some sort of understanding with a person and they're not talking to you, write to them if you're comfortable with that, if you're ready for that. This is what I'm talking about here, is a moment for freedom. So if you can do that, expressing, hey, I apologize for this. Hey, this happened maybe years ago. I'm very sorry for that. I see my part in that, or I take accountability for what happened and my actions in this. I'm sorry. And if that's something where you're at, be genuine, you know, and it doesn't have to be an apology, you know, or if that's not what you're dealing with, but there's an element here, what I'm feeling, where it's like there's something that needs to be addressed with the situation that has kind of been, you know, pushed to the back burner so many times because it's uncomfortable. This is an opportunity for us to change that energy now. And if the other person doesn't communicate, if they stay shut off, that's okay. You don't need their confirmation for your growth or healing. The fact that you're opening yourself up, if you're ready to do that, and you're expressing yourself, it frees you from holding on to that energy. It frees you from being stuck to that, you know, guilt, or stuck to that grief, or stuck to that grudge. You know, it's freeing that energy. But do that if you truly feel that way. If you feel like you need to let that kind of energy go in your life, exercise that, be conscious of it, be active in that healing. You know, don't worry about the other person's reaction. If they don't speak to you ever again, that's okay. You created a level of peace and awareness, and you brought truth to a situation, and you were genuinely sorry, or you were genuinely, you know, accountable for whatever transpired. It's an act to heal yourself, heal the self. Okay. Okay. So let's see here. I'm gonna get some cards here. I have so many card decks. These ones. Can you show me energy for Capricorn, please? Okay. Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. It flipped out in reverse, but I'm going to leave it up right here. Perseverance. Yeah, persevere in your direction here. I feel like you have a lot of entanglements with other people in certain ways. I feel that it's important to address those situations and be honest with how those affect you, how you keep them alive by remaining in them, how you give other people license to kind of take over in certain ways in your life just by not speaking up for yourself. You know, and if that's a job situation and you feel that that's uncomfortable to speak up for yourself, find the best way to communicate your boundaries, you know, find the best way to exercise your boundaries, because we need to have our own energy. I feel like you have too much sucking at you. It's like, get off my tit, you aren't my baby, you know. Give me one more for Capricorn, please. Yeah, a couple. Change. I understand that something can grow or evolve without movement. I can definitely see that, but it's about moving. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Absolutely. And also, if you need to call on energies to protect you, to be there present for you in your life, do so. There's nothing wrong with that here. Okay? Bottom of the deck for that, balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. You guys, I'm I'm not really feeling like a ton of, like, you know, I don't know, love energy, money energy. Like I feel like this reading was important to have a cleansing, to address things in our lives that are uncomfortable, to see the holes in our lives that need to be patched and healed, um, to move forward with things and address things in a positive way, or an honest way. I feel that there are a lot of attachments here to certain energies that, you don't have to disconnect from everything, but it's important to be available to change and to understand that we don't get stuck. And if you're feeling stuck, ask your way out, see your way out, create a way out. Um, a lot of the readings that I do deal with relationship and love and stuff like that. This honestly feels more so indicative of energy that is to heal the self. This feels like a very personal energy that somebody is dealing with. So I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to say, oh, this and this and this. For some of you, I'm like, I'm not going to do that, and I'm going to do it. So, because I keep hearing like, no, I want that. So I'm going to do that then, if that's what's going on. For some of you, there may be a situation in your home life or in a relationship with a partner that is kind of on shaky ground. We may be having a lot of disharmony currently with a person, but it's more verbal, and it's uncomfortable. I feel that it is important to pull back your energy, to state what you say, say what you state what you say, and be clear about that. And don't get steamrolled, don't get bulldozed over by somebody and their wants, their attachments to you. And I feel that's been kind of uncomfortable to do. For some of you, this is also allowing change to happen so new things can come into your life. If there's been obstacles within relationships, it's asking us to be very conscious of the way that we communicate and not withhold our communication, because that can be problematic within itself. If we hold our communication, or if a partner is withholding their communication, it stagnates the energy. It's unhealthy. That kind of stuff creates a lot of rejection. And when you build up so much rejection in those levels and areas, it has a cumulative effect. It's going to rain out on the rest of the relationship. You need to be conscious of that. Also, for some of you, you may be holding yourself back again from, like I said earlier, you may be holding yourself back from opportunities because we don't know how they're going to turn out. This is the ability to see past what you cannot see, seeing past the tangible, the practical, seeing into the I hope some of you have like Pisces placements, because that will definitely help you. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, water placements will definitely help you, but Pisces for sure. It will help open things up so you can be more available to that energy coming into your life and to be able to recognize it and process it. Yeah, there are opportunities coming for you. Just don't hold yourself back from them. See things with clarity, if possible. If you are of two minds about something, ask how to become grounded enough to have the presence to commit to one aspect of that, not be so multi distracted in certain ways. I'm going to ask for some advice here for you. Can you please give me advice here for Capricorn? You have the Five of Cups coming out here in reverse. So for things that have been regretful, for problematic situations and experiences with people, for things that we've kept ourselves tethered to, the freedom to create different choices is very clear. things or people, situations that have dealt with a lot of regret, feeling like you are in a state of regret for engaging with them, yet you continue to engage with them, hoping that it changes. That's kind of needing to be swiftly taken apart just because it doesn't really suit you. It doesn't promote the growth that I'm talking about. It keeps you stuck and entwined in that type of energy. This is about changing things for the better. It's about bringing down the hammer, so to speak, in a lot of situations, just because it's not supportive of you. And we need to be supportive of you right now, Capricorn, in whatever area of life this resonates. Apply it. More advice here for Capricorn. You have the Two of Swords coming out in reverse again. It's here as well. This energy, Capricorn, again, speak your mind, speak your truth, even if it's sad, even if it's uncomfortable. There's an element of creating autonomy here as well. Even in relationships that you intend to remain in, there's a level of autonomy that you need to reclaim here, Capricorn. And I feel that that helps to kind of superpower you. It helps to, what is that? I need to hear that again because that didn't make sense. I'm hearing reframe blame. Reframe blame. So to reframe blame. I don't know if there are situations where like we've been blamed for something, or you've blamed somebody for whatever, or maybe you're blaming a situation for your outcome. Again, if you're in it and you remain in it, you're part of that situation and you're part of that outcome. So it's like it's two to tango. It takes two to tango. Communicate whatever it is that's on your mind, things that you've been holding off, things that have restricted your experience, things that have forfeited opportunities in your life. It's important to be able to recognize where it doesn't work anymore, where it's become problematic in your life, where it creates levels of regret that you're not really interested in maintaining. Again, autonomy. There's a certain level of autonomy, even in healthy relationships. If you're in a happy, healthy relationship, that's great. But there's some area there where you need to pull yourself back, and it's for your own self-preservation, nothing against your partner. It's just, I feel that there's kind of a unique entwining or enmeshment that needs to be addressed. One more card for Capricorn, please. You have the Three of Pentacles coming out here. Okay. This can talk a lot about energies that are going to bring harmony, have communication, have effective communication. If issues have arisen with your communication styles with the person, with a partner, with a boss, whatever it is, with a child, younger person in your life as well, not being able to see eye to eye on things, it's important to refocus. It's important to take a breath, and it's important to address those situations so you can get back on the same page. This isn't about holding grudges. It's not about not being heard and just sucking it up. This is about stating your boundaries so that we can have healthy communication moving forward. And sometimes that can be very uncomfortable. Sometimes we have to be very honest in how we do that. Sometimes that's ugly and brutal, or maybe not like, outwardly fighting, but be very firm in what you believe. Be very firm in your decisions and what you choose to do. I feel like there's a lot of over accommodation for people who kind of come to you in a weak position, yet they also pose the problem of being inflated and like ego driven, powerful. They're not. It's just ego driven, but it conflicts with your energy. So be very clear about your boundaries, because when you do that, you create the opportunity for a better flow in communication, especially if you choose to remain with somebody and see change through a situation. If you remain in a relationship and you're needing change in there and you choose to persevere with that, come to a new agreement about communication styles, state what you need, and trust that the process will shift for you. So Capricorn, this is what I have for you. I hope that this reading was helpful to you. I know it wasn't necessarily love or money, but I had to say what I had to say here. Yeah, if it was helpful, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you choose to donate to my channel, there is a link in the description box below. And if you're seeking a personal reading, you can contact me at thealtruisticmystic@gmail.com, and I will get back to you. All right, Capricorn, good luck. Take care, you guys. Bye.